Very good evening, everyone. How are you all? Fine. Now, last class we have done both the approach. One is accounting equation approach. The second is traditional approach. Traditional approach. Any doubt? Any doubt? No doubt. Correct. Have you done revision? Traditional approach. What are the three accounts? First is what? Personal account. Second is real account. Third is nominal account. Personal account means what? Which relate to any person. It can be either natural, artificial, or it can be representative personal account. Correct. Second, real account means what? All asset of business except that means receivable. Correct. But a nominal account, all income and expenses are nominal account. Correct. What is the rule for real account? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. What is the rule of personal account? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. What is the for nominal account? Debit all expenses and losses, credit all income and gains. We have understood that statement of PL is a statement of nominal account, means all income and expenses are recorded where? In statement of PL. Balance sheet is a statement of real and personal account. Correct? We have now understood that asset can be real or personal account. However, capital and liabilities are always personal account. Correct? This much we have understood. Then we have done accounting equation approach. We have understood that from balance sheet we can derive our accounting. What is our accounting equation? Equity plus liability is equal to asset. Equity plus liability is equal to asset. Expand it, then we can derive that it is nothing but capital plus liability plus income. The last point, capital plus liability plus income is equal to asset plus expense. Now what is the rule? That asset and expense will always have debit balance and capital, income and liability will always have credit balance. From that we have derived some rule that for increase in asset and for increase in expense it will be always increase in asset, increase in expense will be always debited. Decrease in expense and decrease in asset will be credited. Increase in income, capital, liability will be always credited. Decrease in income, liability and capital will be always debited. This much we have done without any doubt. I think no doubt. Now, so we have understood, we have taken, I think, 4 examples to analyze the transactions. Correct now. So we have done 4 or 5 examples to analyze the transaction. Correct now. Now before going to some other transactions, some more transaction, let us know how to record. Means what is the way of journalizing the entry, art of recording. So we have understood that we record where? In journal. In journal. Correct now. So what will be the format of journal? Format of journal. Correct. You need to understand that also. The format of journal, in this there will be how many column? How many column? You know the how many column? So one column. The first column will be known as what? Date. Then second column will be known as what? Particulars. Very good. Correct. Then next column will be what? Ledger folio. You know everything now. Then the next column will be what? The amount of debit and amount of credit. Understood? Correct? Amount. Right? Amount. What amount will be debited? What amount will be credited? Correct? This is the format. Correct? Now, let us understand one by one. This date is this date. Date is transaction date. So it means we write down the transaction date. Transaction date, correct, means when the transaction has occurred. That date do the recording, correct? transaction date, and this date will follow, for this date follow chronological order. You know chronological order? What is chronological order? What is chronological order, batao? It means we need to record as and when, as and when such transaction occur, as and when such transaction occur. Follow which order? Chronological order. We record as and when such transaction occur. Correct? Understood this point? Transaction date. Now, in particulars, what we write down? In particulars, what we write down? Correct. We write down the account which will be debited and the account which will be credited. What was the first transaction we have done? The first transaction was the account to be debited was what? Cash, and account to be credited was capital. How to write down? We write down this way: cash account. Write down cash account debit. Understood? Cash account debit to what? Capital account. Understood this point? Cash account debit to capital account. This is the way of writing journal entry. The way of writing what? Journal entry. Understood? Correct? So this is known as what? Journal entry. We call it what? Journal entry. I hope you are understanding. This is known as what? Journal entry. Correct? Got it? Correct. Now, cash account debited to capital account. This is the way of writing. Now, you may be thinking, sir, why we are writing to before capital account? What is the reason behind that? Correct. So there is no reason, there is no explanation regarding that. From traditional days, we are following this way. Correct. And we are following the way right now also. But can I say in modern world, we can also use some different way. Normally, if you do some accounting, means if you purchase some accounting package, correct now, that we can follow some other way also. But in exam, we'll follow the traditional way of writing. Correct now. So why we write to before capital? There is no explanation for that. This is once again I will say traditional way of writing, and we are following that way. Understood? Correct now. Are you able to understand what I'm saying? So why we are not writing forecast? Why we are writing to before capital? Why we are not writing creditor? Why we are not writing credit after capital account? This question may arise. Correct now. Once again, from but traditional days we are following this, that same way we are following right now. In exam we'll follow this. However, in your practical way, means in your practical way, once you become chartered accountant, you can write down in this way also. Means I say, if I write down in this way, cash account debit and capital, if I say in this way, capital account credit, can I say this will give also same meaning? This will also give same meaning now, but will not follow in exam. This will not be followed in exam. Got it? Correct. Now, what is the meaning of ledger folio? What is the meaning of ledger folio? Batao. Ledger folio means what? Batao. It means what? It means this is the page number. This is the page number. Page number of what? Page number of which book? Ledger book. Page number of ledger. Correct? So we will give a reference of page number of ledger where such transaction will be posted. Correct now. So from journal we do recording where? In ledger. So this transaction will once again be posted in ledger book. So we need to just write down a reference. This transaction is posted in this page number of ledger book for quick reference. For quick reference. So this is a page number of ledger book in which correct now such transaction in which such transaction is posted. This is only for getting a reference so that we can quickly refer the ledger book. Are you getting what I am saying? So that we can quickly refer the ledger book. Because can I say this journal will be a large number of transactions recorded. The same will be posted in what book? For quick reference, we give the page number. Correct? Understood. Then can I say the amount will be debited? The amount debited will be written inside, and amount credited will be also written in the this side. And can I say these two amounts should be always same? This should this amount should be always same. Correct? Means can I say amount debited must be equal to amount credited. Amount debited must be equal to amount credited, and this is nothing but which concept? Dual aspect concept. This is only what? Dual aspect concept. Have you understood this point? Have you understood this point? So can I say amount debited must be equal to amount credited, and this is nothing but dual aspect concept. Correct now? Understood this much? Now can I say after this journal entry, is once we have written journal entry, we need to give also explanation, because can I say if you have recorded journal entry, so it will be it can be read by many other person. So how that other person will understand what was the transaction? You have written cash account debit to capital, it can be understood by you, but from any other person point of view, they do not have the source document. This can I say this will be recorded from some source document. Correct now? Source document. So this journal entry, this transaction, this journal entry will be recorded from some source document. Are you getting what I'm saying? So this will be recorded. This will be recorded from some source document. Source document. The examples of source document may be invoice. Correct now? It can be invoice, or it can be receipt of cash, means received book. Correct now? So the transaction was recorded from source document. The person who is recording the transaction can easily understand. But what about the other person who is only looking into this journal? For that purpose, what we do? We give explanation for this transaction. We give explanation of this transaction. We provide explanation by writing the nature of transaction. So we write down being cash introduced by the owner, being cash introduced by the owner. Correct now. So we start that explanation by which word? Being. Once again, why we start with being? Is a traditional way of writing. We are following that. Correct now. You can write down what cash introduced by the owner also, that can be also understood, but from examination point of view, we'll follow the traditional way of writing the explanation. So being what? Being cash introduced by what? Honor. Correct now? Understood? And this is known as what? Explanation. We provide what? Explanation. Are you able to understand? Have you understood this point? Correct? Yes, sir. I think understood. The format you understood. Now, whenever we are writing journal entries, we will write down in this way. Correct? Account debited to account credited. Account debited to account credited. We will write down in this. Chalega? Either we are following traditional approach or we are following accounting equation approach. The journal entry writing part will remain same. Journal entry writing part will remain same. Any doubt in this? Correct? It means, can I say there are how many column? 1, 2, 4, 5 column. Correct? I hope you have understood all the column. You have understood all the column. Correct. Now coming to the next part. You have understood what? The accounting equation approach. Now in accounting equation approach, I said capital means you can say equity plus what? Liability is equal to asset. Equity plus liability is equal to asset. This is our accounting equation. This is our accounting equation. Can you see this accounting equation has been derived from where? Whether this accounting equation has been derived from where? बताओ ना? From balance sheet. So this accounting equation has been derived from balance sheet. Are you getting correct? Now one doubt will come, sir, whether equity means whether capital is a liability or is not a liability. Whether capital is a liability or is not a liability. one doubt will come. Correct now. Are you getting what I am saying? So my question to you all, whether the capital is a liability or is not a liability? Huh? Follow. Whether capital is a liability or is not a liability? Huh? Follow. Just try to understand whether capital is a liability or is not a liability. Is a liability or is not a liability? Follow. Is not a liability. 100% correct, because I have given the meaning that any amount payable to outsider is a liability. But capital, that amount is payable to owner. Correct now. So can you see this capital is not a liability, is not a liability. Understood? So capital is not a liability. Sometimes we call it as internal liability. Internal liability, but I will say it is not a liability only. Internal liability is not a correct term. Correct now. What is the internal liability? Correct now. Now one question arises: why capital is shown in the balance sheet? Why capital is shown in the balance sheet means whether Ram and company will actually pay Ram. Can you say in real sense Ram and company, there is no obligation of Ram and company to pay to Ram. But can you say capital is shown in the balance sheet due to which concept? Separate entity concept. Because of separate entity concept, Ram and Ram and company are different person. Correct now. But in real sense, can you say Ram and company, there is no obligation to pay to Ram now. Are you getting? Ram can anytime withdraw the amount. Are you? But Ram and company, there is no obligation to pay. There is no contractual obligation to pay. Means suppose right now we have done one contract. We have done one contract. You have done contract. You have started your contract act. So I think the contract can be oral also. It can be written also. It can be expressed also. It can be implied also. I hope you all know this about express, implied. I'm not going into contract act because I also don't know that act. Correct now. So what I am saying that you better know than me because you are studying that. So what I am saying, right now we have done one contract. In that contractual, in due to that contract, you have an obligation to pay some amount to me. You have some obligation to pay amount to me now. It means in your books of account there will be a liability. In your books there will be liability. But can I say Ram and company and Ram, there was no contract. There was no contract now. Whether there was a contract between Ram and Ram and company, there was no contract. So there was no contractual obligation. Means there is no liability. There is no obligation to pay to the owner. Correct now. So capital is not a liability. But we write down in the balance sheet due to which concept? Separate entity concept. Means we have taken one assumption that both are different person, and because of that reason business have some obligation. Means due to that assumption that business will pay to whom? Business will pay to the owner, and because of that reason it will come in the what? In the balance sheet. So capital is not a liability, but it is shown in the liability side of balance sheet. Liability side of the balance sheet due to which concept? Due to separate entity concept. Understood what I am saying? Is if somebody asks you whether capital is a liability, you said no, directly you say no, then he will have some question mark. So then you should respond that it is shown in the liability side, but it is not a liability. It is shown in the liability side due to which concept? Separate entity concept, but actually there is no obligation to pay. There is no contractual obligation to pay. Correct now. So due to which concept? Separate entity concept. Understood this point? Follow. I hope you have understood this part also. Correct? Now, what I will do, because you have understood what? You have understood what? Traditional approach and accounting equation approach. Now you also know the golden rules of accounting and modern rules of accounting. Let us take some transaction to better understand the both the approach. Correct now. So let's do some transaction. Start correctly. Write down. Generalize the following transaction following transaction by using golden rules and what? Modern rules. In exam, there is no need to use or there is no need to mention which rules you are following. You need to only frame journal entries. They will not ask you. It just describe which rules you have followed. What is the reason behind that? But can I say for every journal entry you need to follow one of the rules? So we'll try to analyze the transaction by following both the rules. Then we'll decide which one is easy. Correct now? Are you able to understand? Correct. I have already said that modern rules is more scientific. Correct now? So golden rules and modern rules of account. So let us start with a simple transaction. Point number A. Mr. Ram introduced cash of rupees 1 lakh and goods worth rupees 2 lakh into business. The name of the business is what? Ram and Company. Ram and Company. Let us assume this Ram and Company is a furniture dealer. Correct? Furniture dealer. Okay, this goods is nothing but inventory. This goods is nothing but inventory. I hope you are understanding. So here inventory will be furniture only. Here inventory will be what? Furniture. Because he is what? Furniture dealer. He is a furniture dealer. So whenever we say goods, it means it is what? It means what? It is inventory. Correct now? It means it is for which purpose? Sale purpose, not for use purpose. Understood? Now, what will be journal entry? Batao. First, what will be journal entry? बोलो तो बताओ कैश अकाउंट डेबिट cash account debit. Why cash account debit? You are saying cash account debit, correct? So what is why it is debited? Because it is a real account. It is a real account. Debit what comes in. Debit what comes in. Correct? Understood? Then can I say goods is also coming in? Goods is also coming in. So we can add on inventory or we can add on stock, whatever you want to write down. Let us write down inventory or for this we purchase account also. Purchase account also. Correct now. We can say purchase account also. Or we can write down stock or inventory account also. Correct now. So purchase account. Purchase account represent what? Goods. Purchase account represent goods. Purchase account represent goods. Correct? Understood? Correct now. Better you write down the purchase. Bracket you write down what? This is what? Stock. Now okay? Correct. To what? To what? To who has introduced? So to capital account. To capital account. Understood? What will be the amount? 1 lakh and 2 lakh. So amount credited will be what? 3 lakh. Amount credited will be 3 lakh. Understood? So I'm right now we are writing only journal entry. We are not following the format. Format will do in exam. Right now our focus is only in journal entry. Date, particulars, ledger folio, debit, credit that will mention in exam. Right now our objective is what? Now once you have written these, so batao, this is what? Batao, this is what? RAM is which account? Sorry, cash is which account? Real account. Purchase which account? Real account. This is which account? Personal account. Debit what? Comes in. Debit what? Comes in. And debitor receiver. Creditor giver. This rule you are applying. Similarly, as per which approach? Modern approach? Correct now. Modern approach. But what you will do? This is asset, this is asset, and this is what? Capital. So increase in asset will be debited. Increase in asset will be debited. Increase in capital will be credited. Have you understood? So can I give you some transaction? Can you do in this way by your own? The first simple one I have given. Balance can you do by your own? Follow. If you can do by your own, then I will give you some transaction. Follow. So can I say with this we'll be able to analyze both? With this we'll be able to analyze both. चलेगा? चलेगा? Have you understood how to write? Correct? Whenever if you are confused which account is debited, which account is credited, first do analysis, then write down the journal entry. Correct? So I'll give you some transaction. First write down all transaction and leave some space. Point number B. Madam, purchase furniture of rupees 1 lakh in cash from Mr. X. Understood? Now, because he is furniture dealer, so can I say if question is silent, this furniture will be for what purpose? Sale only. So because he is furniture dealer and question is silent, it is understood it is for what? Sale. For sale. Understood? Then point number C. Purchase. अच्छा, leave some space यहीं पर. For journal entry, leave some space. चलेगा? Then point number C. Purchase furniture of rupees 2 lakh from Mr. Y in credit. Understood? In credit, then leave some space. Then point number D. Purchase furniture of rupees 20,000 for office use. Understood? For office use. This for office use. Correct? In cash. In cash. Then point number E. Purchase furniture of rupees 30,000 for office use in credit from Mr. A. From Mr. A. Are you able to understand? Have you understood this point? Correct. First do this much. You will do, I will do. You want to do, I will do. I do. Take your time. Nothing to hurry. चलेगा? If you have doubt about which account is debited, which account is credited, so just do in the way as we have done in the last class. First analyze and then form journal entries. Correct? First find out two aspects. Suppose if you are not able to do it, leave it. Don't waste your time. I will explain. Huh? Suppose you are not able to do it, leave it. I will explain each and every transaction. Got it? Can we discuss now? You permit? हाँ बताओ. In the second transaction, what are two aspects? What are two aspects? Purchase of furniture and cash. Cash na? Whether Mr. X will come? No. Mr. X will not come because already the amount has been paid. So two aspects. But which two account will be open? So बताओ purchase account will be what? Debited. You have debited only to what? Cash. You have done in this way. Amount you can write down. Amount is not at all important. Amount whatever is given will write down. But as per modern rules, what you have done? Purchase is what? Purchase is what? Real account. Debit what? Comes in. The good is coming in. The cash is what? Real account. Credit what? Goes out. Understood? Similarly, here purchase is what? Asset. And increase in asset will be debited. Cash is what? Asset. And decrease in asset will be credited. You have done this way only. Have you done this also? Have you written this? And it is tallied? Hello. Thank you very much. Since you are understanding. Then purchase of furniture in credit from whom? Mr. Y. Batao. What are the two aspects? Purchase of furniture and Mr. Y. So what journal entry you have done? Batao. Purchase account debit. You have done purchase account debit. Purchase account debit. To what? To Mr. Y. To Mr. Y. Correct. Mr. Y. Amount you can write down 2 lakh. Write down. Correct. Now in this way for modern rules what you have done? Bata purchase what? Real. Debit what? Comes in. Mr. Y is what? Personal account. Debit the credit the giver. Very good. Credit the giver. So here Mr. Y is giving what furniture? Credit the giver. Now in this case, for modern rules, purchase what? Asset and increase in asset. Mr. Y is what? Liability. Very good. Increase in liability will be created. Done. Correct. This is also important. You need to think in this way. Are you thinking or not? Don't think about only journal entry. If journal entry is correct, then also it might happen. He may after somewhat will do some what difficult transaction also now. So in that way you need to do the transaction, record the transaction by your own. Correct? I think same analysis you have done. Anyone who have done wrong? Everyone done correct. Jadoo hai to. Now next we have purchase furniture for office use. Correct? So here also what furniture and what cash. But what journal entry you have done? Very good. So furniture account debit now. Anyone who has opened purchase account? Furniture account debit? A purchase account. Anyone who have written purchase account? Written purchase account? Purchase account? Correct. No, 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 no. Something wrong happened. It is for office use. It is not for sale. Last class we have done that any asset, yeah, any item you are purchasing for sale, then we'll open purchase account. Any item which we are using for office use or any use, then we'll open respective fixed asset account. Respective account will open. This year we'll open which account? Furniture account. Nothing to worry. Mistake is good. Always mistake is good. We should be happy, but we should rectify it as soon as possible. Write down. You have done some mistake. Done mistake. So that's just write down like this. Fine. Fine. Correct. You should be happy now. Be happy to do mistake. So furniture account debit to what? Cash. To cash amount I am not writing. Chalega. Without. Furniture is what as per modern rules. As per modern as per golden rules. Furniture is what? Real account. Debit what? Comes in. Cash is what? Real account. Debit what? Comes in. Credit what? Goes out. Then as per modern rules, furniture is what? Asset. Increase in asset will be debited. Cash is also asset. Decrease in asset. Got it? Correct. Same thing now. Purchase furniture for office use. 1 second office use. 1 second office use. Correct. 1 second there are two aspects. One is furniture. Another is what? Stay because it is purchase on credit. So what are the two accounts we open? Purchase and furniture and what? So once again, furniture account debit to what? To Mr. A. Correct? Mr. A. Got it? Any doubt? No doubt. So once again, it is what? A real debit what? Comes in. It is what? Personal credit the giver. Correct? Yes, sir. It is what? Asset, it is what? Liability. Increase in asset will be debited, increase in liability will be credited. Understood? Correct? Yes, sir. Now, you can see everyone, if we have first purchased some furniture, his goods from Mr. Y in credit. Mr. Y in credit. So this Mr. Y known as what? Trade creditor. Call him what? Trade creditor. Or simply sometimes we call it creditor also. We call it creditor. So can I say creditor are the person from whom goods are purchased on credit? Creditor are the person from whom the goods are purchased on credit. You can see there is one person more, Mr. A. He is also liability, but he will not be known as trade creditor. Correct. Liability है, but he will not be trade creditor because we are purchasing furniture, not goods. Are you getting what I am saying? We are purchasing furniture, not goods. So he will be known as supplier. Supplier of what? Fixed asset. Supplier of fixed assets. Both are liability. Both will come in the liability side of business. Sorry, liability side of balance sheet. Both will come in the liability side of balance sheet. But if you want to identify who are creditor, so creditor are the person from whom goods are purchased on credit. From whom goods are purchased on credit. Understood this much? Any doubt? No doubt? Can we give some more transaction? Add on point number A. F. Add on point number F. Sale of furniture to Mr. P. Cash rupees 1 lakh. Sale amount is what? 1 lakh. Then sale of furniture to Mr. C in credit rupees 1,20,000. Understood? Now sale of furniture. Is here furniture is goods only, correct now? So here this furniture is what? Goods. Goods means inventory na? So here the furnitures are goods. Got it? Correct. Can you do by your own? Try. Yeah, everything we are doing in that way. Journal entry frame explanation give by both so that at the end we'll decide which one. Correct now. At the end we'll decide, sir, we are comfortable in this. Done? Done? Very good. So बताओ, what are two aspects? It is what? Sale of furniture and cash. So for sale of goods, which account we open? Sales account. Correct? What will be the journal entry बताओ? Oh, 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 उल्टा हो गया. Correct? Now, if you have done mistake, nothing to worry. Correct. How many you have done cash account debit to sales? Correct. So chalo, cash first. Let us apply the rules. What mistake you have done? I think you have not applied the rules. You have not applied the rules, na? No, no, no. Direct journal entry will not do. That you have done where? Previous classes you have done. Right now we are analyzing till we become expert. Will not do direct journal entry. I am also writing now. I am also thinking I am like you. I am also writing or not? Correct. So I am not writing for you. I am writing for my purpose, for the next batch, for my practice. ठीक है ना? अरे बोलना रे. Correct. I am selfish. I am writing for my purpose. To write for your purpose. So the if you have done the journal entry now, if you have done analysis, you would have found your mistake. Correct. Understood. So after doing journal entry plus analysis, you will find your mistake by rule. So the cash is what? Real account. Debit what comes in. Your cash is coming in. And sales is what? Nominal account. And credit all income. Credit all income. You have debited the income. मजा आ गया. चलो ठीक है. No, nothing to worry. Keep one smiley. Keep one smiley. Smiley means when you have done mistake, just give smiley like this. So that when you are doing revision, you will identify, yes, I have done that mistake. Now we have rectified it. Okay. As per modern rules, बताओ, it is what? Asset. It is what? Income. Increase in asset will be debited. Increase in income will be credited. Got it? Chalo. Now here what? There are two aspects. What are two aspects? Sale of furniture and Mr. C, because in credit, correct? So what journal entry you have done? Mr. C account debit to what? Debit to sales. All have done this? All have done this? Correct? You have done this? So ठीक है, nothing to worry. What you have done? Not done only. Nothing wrong to say what you have done. Okay, we all are friends, huh? We all are friends. If someone is laughing on your mistake, they will what? Afterward they will laugh on their life. If someone is laughing also, nothing to worry. Time will come. Apna time आएगा. Understood? Let them laugh. We'll talk when we'll become A. And we are born to do mistakes, na? We are only born to do mistakes. We are human being. Animals will not do mistakes, na? Human being will do mistake. Whether have you identified any time mistakes of animal? No, they do, but we never identify the mistakes of animal. We always blame what? Human beings. So always human being do mistakes, and we are born to do mistakes. And from mistakes we are supposed to learn every time. But if you will not give importance to that mistake, how you learn? So you should give importance, and you should say, yes, I have done mistake. Nothing to say that nah. Nothing wrong in saying that I have done mistake. Openly said, yes, I have done mistake. क्या करना बता? क्या करना बता? Correct ना? बताओ. Now can you say me what mistake so that I can understand? Not say. Next time you will say. So Mr. C, Mr. A. So Mr. C is what? Here what? It is what? The Mr. C means what? No, no. Mr. C means what? This is the amount receivable from Mr. C. Is some amount we have sold goods in credit. Is some amount is receivable from what? Some amount is receivable from Mr. C. Any amount receivable from any person is what? Any amount receivable from any person is an asset, but it is a personal account. It is a personal account. Asset can be what? Asset can be real as well as personal account. So can you see he is a personal account? Personal account. And Mr. C is बताओ receiver or giver? Sale of furniture. So he is a receiver of furniture. Correct now. So debit the receiver. Correct. And sales. Sales is what? Nominal account. And all income will be credited. All income will be credited. Understood? So debit the receiver, you understood? And all income will be credited. Now coming to this side, Mr. C, amount receivable will be asset, and this income, increase in asset will be debited, increase in income will be credited. What you are finding? Which is more easy to understand? Which one is more easy to understand? Golden rules or modern rules? Can you say always modern rules is more easy to apply? Can you sometimes we are confused with. I'm not saying that you are not able to apply golden rules, but sometimes we'll be confused who is receiver, who is giver, and we'll stuck at some point of time. If you are feeling comfortable with modern rules, we can switch only to what? Modern rules. Correct? But after some point of time, let us do both. After some point of time, we'll find that yes, modern rules is more easy. So we'll do all accounting entries with respect to modern rules only. Correct? So have you understood this? Mr. C is an asset. Why Mr. C is an asset? Because amount receivable from any person is a asset. Amount receivable. So whenever there is a personal account, now just find out whether amount receivable or amount payable. What you will find out? Whether amount receivable or amount payable. Amount receivable will be what? Asset. Amount payable will be what? Liability. Increase in asset will be debited. Increase in liability will be credited. Correct? Have you understood this point number G? Correct? Bolo. Chalo. Can we come to some more transaction? But here, before going to some transaction, can I say here Mr. C is a person to whom goods are sold on credit? Means Mr. C is a person to whom goods are sold on credit. So these persons are known as what? Trade debtor. Or we simply call what? Debtor also. Trade debtor, but we simply say what? Debtor also. Means there are two persons, one is creditor, another is debtor. Correct? Write down one note. Write down one note. Write down. Any person from whom goods are purchased on credit are known as what? Are known as trade creditor, or we call them trade payable. Understood? Or we call them account payable. Sometimes we'll use the word account payable. Sometimes we'll use the word trade payable. Sometimes we'll use the word creditor. All are same. All are same. Similarly, point number B, any person, any person to whom goods are sold on credit are known as what? Are known as trade debtor or what? Trade receivable or what? Account receivable. चलेगा? I have a more appropriate word. Is once you will come to CA inter or CA final. More appropriate word is what? What is the more appropriate which we write down in the balance sheet? But trade payable and trade receivable. The more appropriate name. More appropriate name. Chalega? But I'm not saying that you can't use creditor and debtor. You can use that also. But once you'll come to CA in time, balance sheet is the balance sheet format. They have used the word trade payable and trade receivable. Correct? It means sometime in exam question you'll find out they have not given the name of the party. If in my question I have given the name of the party, but if the name of the party is not given, then we'll use creditor account and debtor account. Means we'll write down purchase account debit to creditor. The name is not given. Correct now. They have said the goods are purchased on credit, but what is not given, the name of the party is not given. Then we'll use which account? Creditor account or debtor account. Chalega? Understood? Write down. Point number C. The name of the party, the name of the person, I don't. If the name of the person not given in question, then then choose creditor or debtor account. Means you can use also trade payable, trade receivable account also. Correct now? Correct. You can use creditor or debtor account also if the name is not given. Chalega? Yes, sir. This also you have understood. Can we come to some more example? Some more example only for practice. Correct now? Because I want you to. I will do तो मजा नहीं आएगा. You are doing mistake. You are able to identify. Yes, I am doing mistake. Then rectify it. Correct. What is the example number? H. First, let us some what box in this. Otherwise, X na the box. Now let us come to example number H. Loan of rupees 1 lakh taken from State Bank of India. Understood? So loan of rupees 1 lakh taken from State Bank of India. Correct now? Are you getting? So loan of rupees 1 lakh taken from State Bank of India. Correct? And whenever you receive some loan from bank, from Mr. some person कर देते हैं. From Mr. what? D. In cash. Now okay. Suddenly we'll go to some be confused. Let us simple. ठीक है ना? You can do this by your own. Do it. I think this you can do. The loan of rupees 1 lakh taken from Mr. D. Correct now? If you are not able to do directly now, first find out. Do in this way. Correct now? Identify to what I am doing this for you. If you are not able to understand now, do in this way. Correct now? Just let me do. You first find out what are the two aspect loan. Loan na. Loan from whom? Loan from Mr. D. So loan from Mr. D. This is one aspect. Correct? Understood? And cash. So first write down what are two aspects. You write down loan from what? Mr. D and cash. Correct now. Then find out which account will open. We'll open a loan account. Loan account, or you can earn loan from Mr. D account also. And you'll open cash account for this. Now find out this loan account is what? Asset, liability, income, expense. What is this? This loan is what? Liability. Why it is a liability? Because you have received a loan. So this is the amount payable to that person. So any amount payable to that person become liability, and cash is what? Asset. But the increase in what? Increase in what? Asset. Increase in liability will what? This will be what? Debited. In this way, then write down the journal entry. This will be what? Cash account debit to loan from Mr. D account, or you can simply write on loan account. Correct? So we have done analysis from which point of view? Modern rules. This is modern rules we have applied now. Modern rules. Can you do as per traditional rules? बताओ. Cash is what? Cash is real account. Debit what? Comes in. Loan is which account? Loan from study? Personal account. Whenever we write down the name of the person or we write down any account which represent any person, don't represent Mr. Don't represent Mr. D. Loan become a representative personal account. If you are opening only loan account, it become representative personal account. It is a personal account. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. So Mr. D has given the loan. So credit the giver. In this way we can also understand. Correct? चलेगा? चलेगा? Alright. Next. Now you will do. Huh? Cash of rupees 20,000 is deposited in in current account opened in State Bank of India. So I hope you know that in a bank we can open two type of account. One is saving account, one is current account. Normally saving account is for what? Individual, and current account we open for a business. Correct now. We open current account for business because I am doing accounting for business. Therefore, I mentioned current account. I mentioned current account. So current account is nothing but bank. We have deposited some amount in a bank. We have deposited some amount in bank. Understood? Correct? Understood? Ayo. Done. So fast. Done. बोलो क्या किया? What you have done? Cash account debit to bank account. ठीक है? Got it? Correct? What analysis you have done? बताओ. What analysis you have done? Cash is an asset. बोलो. Increase. The cash is increasing or decreasing? How it is increasing? बताओ. You have cash of rupees 20,000. You have deposited in a bank account. Your cash will increase or decrease? Decrease now. Correct? It's decreasing or not? Correct? It is decreasing. Means this somehow wrong हो गया. 1 second wrong. Keep smiley. Keep smiley. Correct? ठीक है? Okay. Nothing to worry. Nothing to worry. So once again, I will say just write down. Cash account is one aspect. You have understood the two aspect now. Before giving journal entry, is before writing debit and credit. Let us do analysis. So I am saying you are saying cash is an asset and bank is also a asset. But the cash we have deposited means cash is going out. So cash is what decreasing. So cash is decreasing and bank balance will increase. Bank balance because we have deposited in a bank. So that balance will increase. That balance will increase. So increase in bank. So this will what? Decrease will be credited and increase will be debited. In this manner, I think your answer will come till we become expert. Once we become expert, we can do directly in our mind also we can say and we can do that. चलेगा? Understood? So what journal entry we are doing? बता. Bank account. So your bank account. You can also write down SBI account. You can also write down SBI account. Correct? SBI account debit to what? Cash. We have understood which rules? Modern rules. Who will explain with golden rules? Who will explain? Who explain? Golden rules. Will not raise a hand. I will ask you only. So I don't ask who is raising hand. I ask from those person who is not raising hand. Always raise hand. I will not ask only. Bata. Try. You need to apply which rules? golden rules. बोलना. It can be either real, nominal, personal. So what do you think? Bank is what? Personal. Low. Correct only. Why you are thinking about? What is the rule of personal? What is the rule of personal? Debit. Debit what? Debit what comes in. And credit what goes out. This is the rule of personal account. Then what is the rule of real account? Just go to the rules. Rules में जाओ. Go to the rules. ठीक है. कुछ नहीं होता. सब होगा. Go to the rules. What is the rule of personal account? Full. What is the rule of personal account? You're not finding. ना पढ़ा दिया. Huh? This 4th day only. You're not able to find out also. How many pages? Huh? Soch. Hey, ask you to help her. Ade. Now given and taken break also. Let him find out. His notebook. He will find out. Why you are worried? One thing is clear. I have understood one thing. One thing I have understood. जो बोलेंगे सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे. हाँ? अभी look. One thing. एक मिनट. I want to ask one question. जो बोलेंगे सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे. Have you revised in your home? Huh? Yesterday was not revised now. No. Yesterday we have done one what? Planning na. 4 hours I said na. पूरा थोड़ा गड़बड़ हुआ ना. देखो, this will happen. अभी we are doing basics. Correct? We are doing basics. Now what will happen if we are not able to apply the things? तो मजा नहीं आया क्लास में. Correct ना? I will say कि we have made one rules. Last class we have made a rules. In the 3rd day I have made a rules. The first day, second day though I have not made a rules only. The 3rd day I said now come by revision. At least minimum 4 hours you need to study. एक rule बनाना. Rules are not to be broken. Otherwise ICA will break you. Correct. Now I have already said these rules should not be broken. Minimum to 4 hours you need to study. Minimum. Maximum is your choice. I said. I say maximum if you want to study more than that it is your choice. But minimum 4 hours you need to study. All 3 subject whatever is going on. I am not saying only about account. You study law also. Study mathematics also. Minimum how much? 6 hours so you are here. 6 hours you are studying here. 4 hours in home minimum I say. And that too I said morning mein utho. Correct. I have not forced you to study after class only because it is not possible only. Hello. Now what is the rule? Personal account, yes. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. तो बताओ, in this bank is receiving or bank is giving. So it become debited. Debit the receiver. Cash is what? Which account? A real account. Cash is coming in or going out? Going out. Understood? Rules happen. Have you understood? Correct. Very simple transaction we are doing. This all transaction if you have already done in your class 11, class 12. But that time you have done rectification of journal entry. Journal, the teacher used to come, they used to say, देखो बच्चों cash account debit to bank account debit to cash account use star. Okay, समझ में आया. But can you see you have not used what? You have not used the brain. So what happened? The 2 years, you'll just if you not use something, what will happen? It will got rust. Correct. What happened in your mind? Some rust is there. I'm just trying to remove that rust. It will take some time. It will take some time. I think for the first time you are using brain in account class. Am I right or not? इतना तो नहीं लगाया. Am I right or not? Means you came to the class, you have understood also, but you have not used your own brain. Used whatever teacher said. Okay, sir. ठीक है ना? This journal entry, debit, credit, ठीक है. Understood? It will take some time. Nothing to worry. I am with you. I am with you or not? I am with you. Till you understand, I will not leave this topic only. Correct now. Till you understand, I will not leave this topic. Are you getting what I am saying? लगने दो जितना टाइम लगेगा. I'll be here up to 9, 10, 11, 12. हाँ. What will maximum what will happen? One day will study for 5 hours. Correct now. But till you study, I am not going to leave you. You should not also leave me. हाँ. चलेगा? Okay. Now we'll arrange dinner here. Nothing to worry. We'll arrange dinner, then morning breakfast. Chalo. Now, this you have understood. Can I give one more transaction? Correct. This too you have understood. Point number A. Then cash of rupees 10,000 withdrawn from State Bank of India for office use. Understood this point? So cash was withdrawn from bank. Cash was withdrawn from bank. Understood? For office use. For office use. I suggest don't discuss. Better you do wrong. What will happen when we discuss? We write down the correct entry and we think that we have understood, but actually we have not understood. Better we should commit mistake. This is my suggestion. My suggestion will always help you. I will always love to do mistake and will learn from mistakes. Follow. What is the two aspects? Cash account will be debited to what? Bank account. Everyone done this? Correct? As per modern rules बताओ. Cash is a bank is a asset. Cash is bank is decreasing. Modern rules is very simple. Na? It revolves around only 5 items. बताओ. As per golden rules, cash is bank is personal account. Debit what? Credit here. Oh ho ho ho. The bank is giving cash. Bank is giving cash. Anyone who have done mistake in this? Huh? Oh. अच्छा. Oh. Oh. अच्छा. बात. ड्राइंग अकाउंट कहाँ से आ गया? Just try to understand. Last class we have discussed one point about honor. Open that page. Special point, special accounting terms. That point number 5. Special accounting terms, point number 5. Special accounting terms I have said, I think so. Point number 5, honor. Honor. Point number 4. The point number 4. ठीक है. Point number चला ठीक है 4. So in that एक बार रुक जा तो नहीं. I said if honor introduce cash into business, if honor introduce cash into business, then what? Capital account. If honor withdraw cash from business, then drawing account. बताओ here cash is withdrawn from bank for office use. Whether honor is withdrawing for personal use? No, 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 no. It's office use. Cash is just try to understand what happened. Cash is coming in where? Business now. So cash will increase and the balance will decrease. The two aspects are cash and bank. Where is drawing? Drawing is nowhere now. Correct? Once you stick to the topic, right now drawing comes from the previous classes, because I know the drawing account you have done from previous classes, your previous 11, 12 drawing account. अरे यहाँ तो drawing करते थे जी. It is rectification. Whenever withdrawn drawing, correct ना? Something withdrawn, write on drawing बच्चों. ऐसा हुआ ना? So we stick to my principle. Two aspect. Cash for office use I have written. So cash balance will increase and bank balance will decrease. Two aspect. Just find out two aspect. Then we'll discuss about that now. If you have done mistake, once again write down what? Smiley. Wherever you are doing mistake, your mistake is my mistake. So I am giving smiley. Okay? Now, because you have said that, let us change the question. Your purpose. Now, cash of rupees 10,000 withdrawn from cash of rupees 10,000 withdrawn by Mr. Ram for what? For personal use. Understood now? So cash of rupees 10,000 withdrawn for personal use by Mr. Ram. Now you say, because you have asked, therefore I have done this journal entry. There was no intention right now. So here, what are the two aspects? Here there are two aspects, cash and Mr. Ram. And Mr. Ram withdrawn for which purpose? Personal use. So बताओ, for Mr. Ram which account will be open? Which account? For withdrawal which account? Capital account or drawing account? Drawing account. For withdrawal, drawing account. For introduction, capital account. There is a rule. Correct. This is a rule we need to follow. For withdrawal, for introduction, capital. Drawing is nothing but decreasing capital. Introduction is nothing but increasing capital. Correct? Understood. So we'll open two accounts. Now you just give me journal entry, then I will write down. What is journal entry? Drawing account debit. Drawing account debit to what? To cash account. Drawing account debit to cash account. First, let us apply which rule? Now easy one. First, modern rule. First, now we'll apply modern rule because I find that become more easier. For drawing. Drawing is what? Drawing is what? Capital A. Drawing represent whom? Ram. I said drawing is decreasing capital. Capital is increasing capital. So for decreasing capital, we are using what? Drawing. It is capital only, but negative capital. Understood? The drawing means what? Capital. But which capital? Decreasing capital. Understood? The drawing is decreasing capital. Cash is what? But here capital is increasing or decreasing? So decreasing capital will be what? Debited. And decrease in asset will be what? Credited. So the drawing represent Mr. Ram. Mr. Ram is capital owner. Are you getting? The drawing represent Mr. Ram for what? Capital account only. So for any withdrawal, we don't use capital account, we use this account. However, even though you're writing capital account, the impact remains same. Capital account debited, so impact remains same. But then also as per the ICI solution, we'll use this account, drawing account. Applying what? Traditional. But the drawing is what? Personal account. Cash is what? Real account. So the personal account. So here Ram is receiver or giver? Receiver. Debit or receiver. And cash is going out. So now next transaction, let's see you can do or not. Which number is going on? Is G ना? अब J के बाद I होता है. J के बाद what? J के बाद I. ठीक है बात. He's saying I. He's saying I. So I need to start A B C D. बोलो बच्चों. A for now. K के बाद L ना. Now I'm just giving one transaction. I will first explain, then you do, because I know it will be थोड़ा सा confusion. Cash of rupees 10,000 withdrawn from bank for personal use. Understood? Understood? Cash of rupees 10,000 withdrawn from bank for personal use. Correct? Whenever we say personal use, it is withdrawn by honor. Whenever I am saying personal use, it means withdrawn by honor. Understood? Correct. Now, if you see, if you go into the analysis, you'll find three aspects. One is what? Cash, bank, and personal use means honor also. Means for personal use by honor, na? Who is withdrawing? Honor is withdrawing. The personal use means what? It is withdrawal. Now three aspect कैसे हो सकता? There will be two aspects only, na? Correct? Are you getting what actually happened? He, Ram will go to bank. From bank, he will collect some amount, and bank will give some cash, and he will use it for personal purpose. Is actually what are two account affected? No, 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 no. समझो फिर से. Ram went to the bank, has taken how much, means has withdrawn from bank how much amount? So some cash is collected, but as cash is not coming where? In business. That cash is not coming into the business now. The cash is taken by whom? Ram for personal purpose. One second. Ram went to the business bank account and asked, demanded how much cash? But this cash is, whether this cash is coming into the business? No, this cash is not coming to the business. This is taken by whom? Ram for personal use. Are you getting what I am saying? So whether cash or business is affected, whether cash or business is not affected only. Means we are here to find out two aspects which will affect the financial position of business. So can I say cash withdrawn, but that cash is taken by whom? Ram. His business cash is not affected only. Is I went to the bank account, and from bank account I collect cash, and I went to what market and I purchased something for personal use. Is the business में तो cash आया नहीं ना? Are you getting? Means what are the two aspects? This is actually not an aspect. What bank and what personal use? Are you able to personal use means honor? Are you able to understand? Means which account will open? Two account. One is what? Drawing. One is drawing. Another is what? Bank. Understood this point? Have you understood? This is a favorite transaction of ICI. Actually, there was no intention to take drawing. Take drawing, I came to drawing. But I hope you are understanding. Understanding or not? One second. What happened in this? Cash or rupees 10,000 withdrawn from bank for personal use. दिमाग घूमता है. Once again, we are here to understand two aspects from business point of view. See, what are the two aspects which changes the financial position of business? So Ram went to the bank of business. The bank is affected, collected cash, but that collected cash withdrawn directly. That cash is not coming where? In business. Therefore, cash will not be affected only. Only two-person. Here what? Bank and Ram. Bank and Ram. Ram means withdrawal. Withdrawal for withdrawal what? Drawing account. Understood. So the drawing account will be debited or credited? Debited. And bank account will be credited. Apply first modern rules. So the drawing is what? Capital. Increase or decrease? decrease in capital will be debited. Bank is what? Asset. Increase or decrease? Decrease in asset will be credited. Now coming to personal, drawing is what? Personal account, and bank is what? Personal. Both are personal account. Batao. Ram is receiver or giver? So debit the bank is receiver or giver? Giver. So giver will be credited. Understood. Have you understood? थोड़ा थोड़ा तो understood. चलो. Can we take some more example? मजा आ रहा है ना? 8 बज गया. Point number M. Point number M. Can we take one more example? Purchase. Now, to so common sense, I will not say now. Okay? Purchase furniture for personal use in cash. Means we purchase furniture for personal use in cash. If question is silent, so of course this is business cash only, because I am giving you transaction of business. I am here to give you transaction business. So this cash means business cash. But they purchase furniture for which purpose? Personal use. Do by your own. Do by your own. Do by your own, I said. Do it. Then I will discuss. Done. Cool. You say. Furniture account debit. Furniture account debit to cash. How many of you have done this? Any other journal entry? You have done some. You are saying furniture will not come. Instead of furniture, what will come? Huh? Your journal entries, what did you say? Drawing account debit to? Drawing account debit to cash. Is he saying that no, this is not correct? The correct is drawing account debit to cash. Anyone has given some other journal entry? I think these two options. You have given some other journal entry? Furniture account debit to drawing. Let us write everything now. Nothing wrong in writing everything and discussing. Correct? Yes, sir. Chalo. Any more journal entry? What? अरे मतलब मजा तो आ रहा है. मजा आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? मजा आना चाहिए. देखो, when you do mistake ना, ऐसे मजा आना चाहिए. करेक्ट ना? मीन्स ऑल इधर उधर हो गया. करेक्ट. First, so let us identify two aspects. Correct. As I explained in last example, I think you have not used that example common sense. I said we purchase furniture for what purpose? Whether that furniture is coming into business. No, that furniture is not coming into the business. Same thing I said in the last example. Cash withdrawn from bank, but cash is not coming into the business. You open cash account. Will you open cash account? The last example I said cash account will not come. The cash withdrawn from bank, but that cash has been used for what purpose? Personal use. So business cash was not affected. Therefore, cash account will not be opened. Here same thing. We purchase furniture, but whether that furniture was used business? No. So whether furniture or business was increased? No. Therefore, will not open which account? Furniture account. Furniture account will not come. Just try to understand when I have said furniture means a purchase of item for sale or for use. Who will use it? Now, when I have said the initial, means the basic concept, I said purchase of item either for or for what? Use. So, whose use? Business use, nah, not personal use. Business use. Then we'll open respective fixed asset account. So here furniture is used by owner or furniture is used by business. So whether furniture or business will be affected, whether furniture account will increase. Furniture account will not increase only. Are you getting? Once again. Purchase furniture for personal use. Personal use is this furniture is not used for business purpose. Therefore, will not open furniture account. Will open which account? Drawing account. And other aspect is what? Cash. Means out of this is correct. This is correct. Understood? Have you understood? Now, I will not ask what you have done, what you have not done. But are you able to understand my explanation? Correct. Means whenever there is a personal use now, be careful. Dangerous. And ICI knows this that personal use now there is something dangerous. And therefore this type of transactions are given by ICI. Correct now. So first find out furniture for personal use, cash for personal use. Understood? Furniture for personal use, cash for personal use. We have not opened cash account last example. For this also will not open furniture account. Anything used for personal purpose. Which account? Drawing account. It means the first aspect will be drawing. Honor na. And what? To what? What is going out? Cash is going out. Understood? Drawing account debit to cash. Understood why? Because this is furniture for which purpose? Personal purpose. So write down this is not an asset of business, not an asset of business. Therefore, there is no need to open business. Furniture account. Understood. Now we can apply the rules. Correct. So बताओ. This is what decrease in capital. This is what decrease in asset. Understood. If you want to apply which rules? Modern rules. बताओ. Owner is receiving or giving. Receiving what? Furniture. He is the receiver of furniture. So debit the receiver. So personal account. Receiver. Correct. And cash is real account and going out. Got it. मजा आया. Can I give one more interesting? Now, because she said not drawing, I came to interesting part. Now you might be thinking, sir, why I have said drawing? मजा आ रहा है ना? चलो ठीक है, तब ठीक है. सजा तो नहीं लग रहा ना? If this you can do, I'll become happy. But even though you are not able to do, I'll not become sad. चलेगा? But if you can do this, so one chocolate तो पक्का from my side. सबको chocolate मिलेगा. Whether I have said no, only one I chocolate I'll give chocolate. ठीक है? But think twice before answering. चलेगा? If you can do, तो मजा तो आ जाएगा. Purchase, but don't say immediately, हाँ. Otherwise, others will listen your answer and they will be affected by your answer. Till I ask, don't answer anything. Think and be silent. So purchase furniture for personal use from personal cash. Understood? Purchase furniture for personal use by using from personal cash. I am not able to write. Write down. From personal cash. ठीक है? Think. Do it by your own. Think twice before giving any answer. So it is a matter of one chocolate. Correct na? Chalo. Can we start? Start from this side, one by one. Let's see what you have done. Then we'll conclude who is answering correct, who is not answering correct. Okay. Start from you. So furniture account. When I answer furniture account, what do you say? Debit. Say debit or not debtor, huh? DR means debit, not debtor. Furniture account debit to cash account. One answer I got this. Second, same. Third, drawing account debit to furniture account. Okay, sir. This, so this. Three vote to this. This, first one. Four vote to this. This, okay. This. No, 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 no. This is wrong. I said in my first class, answer even you don't. Correct na? I said na, my first class. Even you don't know, try to answer. Try to answer. Even you don't know. That is the right attitude for CA student. Even you don't know, try. Maximum what will happen, you will do mistake. चलेगा ना? Anything wrong to do mistakes? बोलो. बोलो बोलो fast. Drawing account debit to cash. चलो. Let me explain. Now, once I will explain, you will give me correct only. No one is correct. No one is correct. तो my chocolate तो save हो गया. One thing is clear that all are same. I mean, just try to understand. Eh, हो गया ना? Your chance gone. ठीक है ना? But I want to say just all are same or not. We all are same or not. That I want to inform you. We all are same. So anything to worry? Nothing to worry. ये studies now all students are same. It is not 11 12. 90% वाला 90% है, 60% वाला 60% है. No discrimination. यहाँ पे आके सब same. 90% 60% बराबर होते. Are you getting? Are you able to? In CA classes, all are same. You can see all has given wrong answer only. Anything to worry? Nothing to worry. Because among you, someone will go to CA Inter. It means now you need to find out who is going to come into CA Inter as soon as possible. Correct? We all are same. We are at same level. Because I am teaching to you and all are not able to understand. Okay na, 50%. अरे बोलना रे 50%. Nothing to worry. We should be calm na. Now I will explain you. It is my feeling that you will give me correct answer. Just try to understand. Purchase furniture for personal use. Whether it is coming into business, whether it is coming to business by using personal cash, whether cash or business is affected. No, but journal entry. One second. Try to understand what I am saying. This is business, huh? I am what business? Correct? Just try. We purchase furniture, whether it's coming into business. No. By using what? Personal cash. Whether business cash is affected? No. What journal entry in business books? Follow? No journal entry. It is not a financial transaction only. Whether it changes the financial position of business. No, it is not a financial transaction. अच्छा, ये बात. Just try to understand. If you think about the previous, don't think what you have done in previous transaction. Previous transaction, I said which cash? Previous transaction, it was what? Purchase furniture for personal use in cash. I said if question is silent, business cash. So business cash is affected and therefore we need to record it. Therefore we need to record it now. But here, purchase furniture by using personal cash, what business will do? Ram and company will not do anything now. Ram purchase, Ram is paying. What Ram and company will do? Both are separate person. Both are separate. That Ram will think, Ram and company will not think. If Ram is purchasing furniture for personal use, by taking cash from me, it will affect my business or it will affect my asset or not. That is recorded. That is recorded. I have given one note in separate entity concept. Come to separate entity concept. Come to separate entity concept. One note is given. First note is given. Any, I know, any personal transaction which do not affect the financial position of business will not be recorded. Then again one note is given. Any personal transaction which affect the financial position of business will be recorded. Then I think I have given some examples also that time. I forgot I have given or not, but I think I have given. Same thing I have written. Is revision not done? Revision not done now. Last class or last 2 days na. Days. So it means one thing is clear. The revision is required. I mean this is 4th day, huh? 4th day. Abhi at least I think 50-60 class is coming. Are you able to understand? So 4th day me what will happen in 50 days? You will forget everything. You will not revise. You should revise also. Correct. But nothing to worry. I am with you. But have you understood? I said when I will explain, you will give me correct answer. So I have explained and you said no, nothing. Nothing. Now you said like this, no, nothing. Nothing na? Nothing. Nothing should come. Chocolate बच गया मेरा. मेरा chocolate बच गया. चलो, thank you very much. चलो. Okay. This much you have understood or not? Follow. Now, one more. 1 second, one chocolate. Chalo. I want to give chocolate. It means I want to give chocolate. Let's see. This you are able to do it or not. So just write down. It is not a financial transaction. Why it is not a financial transaction? Because it will not affect the financial position of business. Very good. Write down in the same word, whatever you have. Write down in your own word. It is not a financial transaction as it will not affect the financial position of business. Now so we can extend. Now so we can extend. वाह अरे हम साथ साथ हैं. वाह बीच में छोड़ के नहीं जाना. We are. Can I give the last transaction for today? ठीक है. Can I give the last transaction? One chocolate question. 1 second. What is the number? ओ में आ गए. Oh, 1 second. Think and do. If you think now, the answer will come. purchase car for personal use. Once he drawing, I came to personal use. So purchase car for personal use in credit from Mr. X. From Mr. X. Once again, think and answer. Huh? Don't say anything without thinking. I want to give chocolate. So I want correct answer. You're thinking only. So you said to think. We started thinking. But who will say? You will say? But he's saying it is not a financial transaction. Chalo. It is not a financial transaction. What? Not answer. The bowl? What is this? Don't want to say. Huh? You don't know. Don't know? It is not a financial transaction. What is this? It is not affecting the financial position of business. Correct only. Correct only now. 100% correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 chocolate I need to give. Now, everyone, purchase car for personal use. Okay. In credit from Mr. C. The question is that there is a liability. There is a liability. Some amount is payable to C or not, but who will pay? Ram will pay. This can I say it is a liability of Ram, not Ram and company. So it will not affect the financial position of business. Understood? Now थोड़ा सा confidence came. थोड़ा थोड़ा. Correct. Understood. One thing similar, but I have just tried to confuse with Mr. C, but you are not confused. Now you are not confused. Those who have said the correct answer. Correct? Okay. So car for personal use in credit means just try to understand. Compare with this transaction where I have written purchase furniture for personal use in cash. So it was business cash. So it affects the business cash. Therefore recorded. Then I said personal cash, it does not affect the business cash, not recorded. Then I say in credit, so in credit, it will not affect the liability of business because it is a personal liability. Ram liability, Ram will record. Why Ram and company will record? Understood. It means this is also not a financial transaction. Why? Because it will not affect the financial position of business. Understood. Have you understood? Correct. Of course, we'll continue once again tomorrow. Discuss once again tomorrow. आज के लिए बहुत है. I have used your lot of brain today. I have used your lot of brain. Correct now. For the first time in journal entry, you are using so much brain. Correct now. Am I right or not? Today, lot of brain has been used. Go home, relax. Tomorrow once again revise and come out. Revise and come. In my class, I require that for initial days revision is required because we are doing lot of concepts. Lot of concepts we are doing now. Okay. Thank you very much. We'll meet tomorrow. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Enjoy your remaining day. Bye bye.